Hello, dear friends, dear followers of this 10th anniversary tank biathlon. The 19th of August 2022 finds us here at Alabina, the continuation of the 8th Army International Games. Today we're in for a treat with first division teams individual heats race. Until Sunday, we're going to see 30 more teams, 30 more crews take the field. Fine weather, plus 22, 67% humidity, light wind, light breeze from the lake. So, introducing the third crews for the first division, Azerbaijan and Mongolia. We'd like to wish everyone pleasant entertainment. Everything is broadcast live by Zvezda, the Star TV channel, the Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation, Mil.ru, and YouTube. Introducing the judges, Lieutenant Colonel Khalshilun Sansin-George and Sakit Verdiev from Azerbaijan. Two tanks are taking part in this race that was due to the cast. That's the way the die was cast. And these teams are quite strong, very close, certainly, both showing us impressive results. For the first cruise, Mongolia was first, closely followed by Azerbaijan. So let us see what happens today. Now, introducing the cruise, red-colored tank, Mongolia. Tank commander, Lieutenant Agin Baatar Nyamachir. The gunner, Senior Lieutenant Eng Baatar Tur Amgalan. And the driver is the Senior Warrant Officer Tsagach Yolk, Mongolia. Now, introducing the third fire line, the yellow color-coded tank, the third crew for the Republic of Azerbaijan. The tank commander, Warrant Officer Safi Yaroslanov, gunner Sergeant Bakhtiyar Gumbetov, and the driver is Private Mirali Ibrahimov. Azerbaijan, please put your hands together, yellow-colored tank. And this is your tank biathlon host, Nikolai Fedorov, co-hosting for the English-speaking audiences, Dmitry Kulinsky. And the signal to start the race is given here at Alabina. Now, that was the signal for the crews to take their places. Gentlemen, start your engines. These are T-72B3s provided by Russian Federation, the hosts, to all of the contest participants. However, the crews, the teams, are also entitled to import their own fighting vehicles. China and Belarus typically brings their own Chinese 96 Type 96B, and Belarus uses T-72B3s from the armed forces of the Republic of Belarus, earlier supplied by Russia. Today, Mongolia will be the first to start, and Azerbaijan will follow with an interval. The chief referee for the contest, Major General Kirill Kulakov, gives us the command to start the race. And just look at these lovely young fans in the stands supporting our tankers. Well, perhaps they will become tankers one day. And now, the first obstacle is the restricted maneuvering section. We can see Mongolia carefully dancing their armored vehicle around, however, scuffing one of the poles. We'll see if this will result in a penalty. Certainly knocking or scuffing the poles normally results in red flags and a penalty pit stop. Unfortunately, this is true. As Mongolia is directed to a penalty pit stop, there are 8 various pit stop locations throughout the track, and this is the replay. Yes. The gun actually caught the edge of the pole, scuffing it. The rules of the tank biathlon stipulate that scuffed balls at certain obstacles result in penalty pit stop, while on other obstacles these balls serve just to show direction. However, the restricted passage, the restricted maneuvering and slopes, scuffing balls result in pit stops. Now, during the pit stops usually waste about 1 minute of the crew's time. We saw Mongolia loaded their 125 shells and they're about to proceed to the first fire mission. They're now at the fire line and the 3 tank imitating targets are raised simultaneously. The gunner reports ready to fire, and there is only 20 seconds allowed for the first shot for Division 1 crews. Certainly the situation is different for the second division. This time cutoff doesn't apply, and we see Mongolia already missing the first 20-second time. This could also result in penalties. There is a delay here. Let's hope everything goes well today after the unexpected dramatic race yesterday with South Ossetia when the tank was changed after a delay. However, the crew still couldn't continue with the second. And now fire is on target. Well done for Mongolia. Senior Lieutenant Enkhbat Arturam Galan is certainly making us hold our breath today. Second, it's also on target. Fine fire accuracy from this first division team. 1700-meter target remains. 2 targets at 1800 meters have already been struck. And now the third shot. Unfortunately, it looks like it's under. Now, first division teams, in case of non-hitting the targets, will need to load additional ammunition rounds. In case 1 target is missed, 1 round is issued, 2 targets, 2 and 3 respectively. However, if they miss with additional ammunition, following this, they will need to do penalty laps. 2 penalty laps for each target missed. These are the most critical of all the targets in the individual hits. We are now in the replays. Fine work. However, the third target proved too difficult for the crew. This was the third shot. We can see it clearly in the replay, going under, striking the ground. Well, the targets are waiting. We want you to hit these targets, guys. That's why we're here today. And this year's hits were certainly bright and remarkable. Lots of targets, lots of hits. Not as many misses, certainly, and minimum number of penalties in the first division. Second division certainly finds the situation more difficult. However, the second division is improving year on year. And alas, the third target is missed, resulting in 2 penalty laps for Mongolia team. That's what they just earned themselves. 2 penalty lap distances allocated at the opposite edges of the track, and the team is able to select the closest one to do their penalty laps. Now, Azerbaijan is in the ground. They started. Let's wish the best of luck to our friends, partners and brothers from Azerbaijan. We hope they'll also show us a fine performance, and this is going to be, and certainly, an unpredictable, tough fight between these 2 rivals. Now, First and second crews have already showed us that the teams are well prepared, certainly strong sides, quite equal in terms of fire accuracy with similar statistics. And the first crew for Mongolia showed us 29.09. First crew for Azerbaijan showed us 31.04. Well, only less than 2 minutes difference. And the second cruise, Mongolia presented 32.35, and the second crew for Azerbaijan 34.11. Once again, a very small difference, exactly the same as for the first cruise, just around 100 seconds. Now we are watching Azerbaijan loading their standard 125mm rounds. At this stage, Mongolia is ahead in the rankings. We equally support and follow both teams, and today we're going to learn who is going to be the strongest on the day. We expect this race to last no longer than 40 minutes. Now, what is the reason for this slowdown in the ammunition load? No, there are no problems. We certainly would like to avoid this. Yesterday certainly was a bright day. We saw Armenia racing into turns and almost flipping the tank in an amazing spectacle of speed. However, we hope this will not happen today because the race had to be stopped yesterday due to that incident. And coming back to the track, we'd like to also note that all the tankers, they're not very tall. Usually they're about 1.70 m due to the space considerations inside the tank. However, these slim soldiers are lifting these 29-kilo shells as easy as feathers, passing them over to load ammunition. And now Azerbaijan gunnery sergeant Gombetov Bakhtiyar fires the first shot. I think they made it within the first 20-second allotment. It's a hit. Just look, it touched the very edge, bottom edge of the target. We can see it. Second fire, and well done. Almost a bullseye shot from Azerbaijan. Certainly Sergeant Bakhtiyar Gombetov is in pretty good shape today. We can see him tracking for the third target. 1,800-meter distance. All of the fans are at the edge of their seats watching this direct live broadcast, and it's a miss. This was the replay for the second shot. And actually the third shot hit the first target again that had already been struck by the team. They struck the same target twice. The yellow color of the targets actually presents more difficulty compared to the other color-coded targets due to sometimes the sunlight making it quite difficult for the gunners to spot the location of the targets. And perhaps this was the reason for re-engaging the target that already had been hit by the team. Once again to the replay. First shot, certainly leaving us no doubt. The target was touched at the bottom edge. We can see the hole. And second, next target, certainly well done. And the third, look at it. It strikes the first target again. Certainly a nice shot, however, the wrong target. The referee commission, following every day's races, sits and carefully reviews within the international panel targets, votes, and takes a final decision on the races. Mongolia records first lap time, 11 minutes and 13 seconds. 2 out of 5 targets hit. Same fire accuracy as Azerbaijan. And quite soon we're going to see the next designated pit stop obstacle that replaces the brake this year. We can see Mongolia now stopping in the designated pit stop obstacle. They have to dismount, inspect the vehicle, and then load their machine gun. Just now we saw Azerbaijan slightly skidding across the track, but leveling the vehicle. It's very important to follow your own track. This is a 12.7mm cord machine gun used for engaging low aerial flying targets, such as drones or helicopters. We can see the pole lying for some reason next to the Mongolian tank. We'll clarify whether this will result in anything. No, clarification. This wasn't done by the tank, but actually by the gunner. It was the gunner knocking it. Just look at the replay now, jumping off the tank. Discuss the ball with his powerful shoulder. Oh well, no penalties should be assigned for that. The tank did well, and Mongolia continues as Azerbaijan is now in the same designated pit stop obstacle, and they are about to load the 12.7mm machine gun. They need to set it up, and certainly this is a powerful weapon used to engage drones, various types of aerial vehicles that are now changing the nature of tank warfare. Well, this 12.7mm machine gun is quite effective against this type of flying targets. Azerbaijan doing quite well, breathing into the neck of the Mongolia crew. A close fight this is going to be. Now the slope is quite difficult, with drivers making quite a few mistakes. The smallest push at the controls changes the direction of the tank, because the tank is moving at the angles, which makes it quite easy to knock these balls. However, this was well done. No problems. Oh no! Two balls went down. Certainly this will result in a penalty pit stop, unfortunately, for Republic of Azerbaijan, which will set them back for some valuable seconds. After the next fire mission, they will probably take this penalty. And Mongolia is now nearing its next fire mission. They need to now load 15 rounds, 12.7mm with 6 traces, and open fire on the helicopter target. Seems quite straightforward, just aim and shoot. However, certainly practice makes perfect, and the target today is located at the 900-meter distance. Despite being quite large and the similar size to the enemy helicopter, certainly it is not an easy challenge. In case even one round strikes the target, the bright flare is going to smoke, giving us a clear signal that the target was hit. Now, tank commander for Mongolia, Lieutenant Engin Batar Nyamachir, a second-year veteran of this tank biathlon, just opened fire with shot volleys, and it's hit. The fire is smoking. Well done for Mongolia. A young, however experienced 25-year-old Tuyển commander for Mongolia. However, when we asked Engin Batar, what are you dreaming of? He told us he is dreaming of becoming a general in his nation's armed forces. We're sure that if he keeps going the way he is going to continue and achieve his dreams. As we all know very well, dreams do come true. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hope they come true for all of us, as well as for Engin Batar Yamachir. And Azerbaijan is now at the next fire mission, back to back, following Mongolia, loading the ammunition belt with the same 12.7mm cartridges. He needs to lock the cartridge belt in place. No doubt, no mistakes shall be made by this experienced crew. And now the tank commander for Azerbaijan, Safiya Raslanov, reports ready to fire. Target is raised, 900-meter range to target. Nothing new for this tank commander. He is a third-year veteran. However, the target is moving in the wind, still hitting the target. Not even this waving of the target in the wind did not prevent Safiya Raslanov from striking this helicopter target. Well done. No enemy, no penalty laps are assigned, and the tanks are back on track. 4 out of 5 for Azerbaijan now. In terms of target accuracy, 3 out of 5 for Mongolia. Well, after actually 4, however, this was a second engagement of the same target, which was not counted. And now I'd like to remind you that Azerbaijan was penalized with 2 penalty laps for missing one of the tank targets. However, the chief referee news just in. A decision was taken that the target was hit. Apparently one of the 3 targets was lowered and then re-raised, not giving the team any other opportunity, but hit the same target. So we'll consider all of the 3 targets. Certainly a thrilling race, back to back between Mongolia and Azerbaijan. Leading Azerbaijan in this race. Mongolia started first actually, and there is only 500-meter distance between the targets. Best time in the individual hits was recorded by the first crew, Russian Federation, 20 minutes and 12 seconds, sent by Eastern Military District. Next, the second crew with 22, and third line is Belarus. Individual hits are still not over. They're going to run until Sunday daily. And on Sunday, we're expecting a showdown between the Division 1 crews, featuring Russian Federation third crew, China, Belarus, and Kyrgyzstan. We're eagerly expecting the crew to take field for the final hits. And certainly this can be watched live, not just at Zvezda, the Star TV channel, official website, Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation, mil.ru, and also on RuTube and YouTube. watch the tank biathlon, support the Russian Federation and all the other teams, and I'd like to wish all of you the best of entertainment in this amazing, adrenaline-fueled spectacle. Now, Azerbaijan is catching up on Mongolia, streaming along, recording their second lap time, 21:46. The makers good time. However, just remember that 22:42 was the best time by the second crew, the Russian Federation. So Mongolia is slightly behind this time. They need to push harder. Certainly everyone wants to become leaders in the race, leaders of the individual hits, and certainly receive the prizes and respect of their countrymen and colleagues. Threadway obstacle has been correctly traversed, and just look, Azerbaijan has caught up with Mongolia at the designated pit stop, now loading up the ammunition and the coaxial machine gun for their next fire mission, about to engage the enemy AT-RPG unit. This is a tank Kalashnikov coaxial machine gun that's going to be set up, and the Commander-in-Chief, Army General Oleg Salikov, has taken this decision that this year the crews are going to load the machine guns during the designated pit stops. Mongolia streaming ahead, however Azerbaijan is slightly in front on time. Mongolia has a lot of pressure on their shoulders right now. Two more slope obstacles remain, and of course we know that slopes can present problems. Just look at Azerbaijani fans supporting the team here in the stands of Florida, and also everyone in this live broadcast in front of your TV screens. Please send your love, your support for these tankers. And this is your all-time tank biathlon host Nikolai Fedorov, and co-hosting for the English-speaking audiences Dmitry Kulitsky. Very fine race today, dramatic and certainly unpredictable until the last minute between Mongolia and Azerbaijan. The third crews are putting on their best. Hopefully white flags will indicate no fault. Senior Lieutenant is the Mongolian gunner, and the driver, Senior Warrant Officer Tsagach Yol, would like to wish his wife happy birthday. His wife is supporting him in front of the TV screen for the 7th year. Yes, he is a 7-year veteran of Mongolian Armed Forces and is named by nothing for a very experienced crew from the strong side. Now taking a step over S-car obstacle. Not a simple challenge, climbing the 90-centimeter vertical step. But this 46-ton armored T-72 B3 makes it look easy, climbing the slow obstacle now. Prepare to face the next fire mission on the enemy AT-RPG unit. Certainly not just the fans are concerned for the outcome of this fight. Just think of the pressure on Mongolia tankers. They understand they don't have any right to make a mistake. And if Azerbaijan doesn't make any mistakes at this stage, it looks like Mongolia won't have a chance to become leaders. Now the red target is out in the range, 700-meter range to target, 15 rounds. 15 rounds with 6 traces to best correct fire accuracy. It's on target. Well done. Forward Mongolia. They're not certainly wasting any time. Only half a lap remains for them to race to the finish. Now, Azerbaijan. Just look at this real rivalry, this showdown between these tank gladiators. Now this is the stuff why we're here, why we're all watching. That's what we love at this tank biathlon at Alabina. That's the reason all the fans are out in the stands. And Azerbaijan is about to perform their fire mission on a similar yellow target imitating the enemy AT-RPG unit. Now, regardless of who comes to the finish line first, right now we'd like to thank these tankers, their coaches, for everything they're doing. Certainly they made our day today. And today we're in for more treats. The next clash features Abkhazia, Tajikistan, Sudan and South Ossetia. Everyone that saw yesterday's South Ossetia race are aware that the technical commission and Azerbaijan strikes on the target. Now it's certainly going to be now a fight between the drivers in the speed lap. And continuing on the South Ossetia update, the technical commission and the umpires decided to give South Ossetia the field today to make up for their removal from the race yesterday. They were unable to continue the race due to technical problems. Now we see this sharp Armenian turn yesterday, almost flipping the tank of Armenia crew, reminding us of the long past 2014 when in the practice round Armenia actually flipped their armored vehicle, thankfully without damaging the tank or hurting any of the servicemen. Yesterday we had a similar mishap, albeit not resulting in a full flip. However, the tank's tracks clearly left the ground. You can always watch it in the reviews on YouTube. Certainly that was a fine spectacle of power and speed yesterday. And now I'd like to remind you that these tanks are capable of achieving top speeds of up to 70 kilometers. However, the record set by the Russian Federation crew from 2019 still stands at 84 kilometers an hour. Sergeant Shilin was the driver. Sergeant Ivan Aseyev, set this record, 84 kilometers an hour, enough to get a speaking ticket in some countries. Now, Azerbaijan through the minefield obstacle without striking any poles indicating mines. Well done for Azerbaijan driver. Just look, 5 out of 5 targets for Azerbaijan. And Mongolia, one mistake. You see, one target missed, and they are slightly behind on time. And Mongolia is coming to the finish line in these individual hits. The time just over 30 minutes. Only meters remain. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. It's a finish for Mongolia. 30:26 is the time for Mongolia third crew. Bravo. Introducing the crew. Tank Commander Lieutenant Ingibatar Achir, the gunner and Badar Turam Galan, the graduate of Top Tankers College. And the driver is Senior Warrant Officer Tsagash Yol. Well done to Mongolia tankers. Well done, Mongolia. Fine work today. Certainly giving us something to enjoy on this fine day. Azerbaijan is not far behind. no mistakes shall be made here. 25-26 is the time, only one obstacle remains. And let's hope Azerbaijan makes it without any red flags. It's quite possible that this crew will enter the top 7 best in individual hits. And now the anti-tank range easily with a big step. Azerbaijan finds out of the trench, and this race is almost at the finish. A fine, memorable rivalry between Azerbaijan and Mongolia. This is the 10th anniversary tank biathlon, the brightest spectacle of the Army International Games. Azerbaijan, bravo, well done. 26-12, best time for Azerbaijan. Just look at these happy faces of Azerbaijani coaches. The emotions of the fans of Azerbaijan waving their national colors at Alabina. Introducing the crew. Warrant Officer Safiya Raslanov, the tank commander, gunner Bakhtiyar Kumbetov, and driver Mirali Ibrahimov was the tank's driver. Azerbaijan, well done. And dear friends, 11 o'clock today is going to see the next race. In slightly more than 20 minutes will feature Abkhazia, Sudan, South Ossetia. South Ossetia, as we informed you earlier, is going to get a second chance today in this ground. And right now we can see military salutes being exchanged in the stands. The coaches, the referees are thanking their servicemen for this fine showdown. They actually overtook Mongolia. The first and second crews performed not as well as the third, so they learned the hard lessons and snatching victory in this individual hits round. 26-12 from Azerbaijan and Mongolia 30-26. Top speeds recorded 72 kilometers an hour and 71 for both teams. Well done once again. And this the Azerbaijani servicemen greeting and congratulating their friends in the staging area. Certainly emotions were thick today at Alabina, and we hope all the remaining individual hits and also the relay races are going to be as bright, as interesting, and as thrilling as this race. Now over to the rankings table. According to the first week of individual hit races, the first 3 lines, Russia 1, Russia 2, Belarus 1, follows by China. Closing the rankings are Kyrgyzstan, Azerbaijan and Vietnam. However, this is not the final table. This is actually the last rankings. Venezuela, first and second crew, are unfortunately not performing well in the first division this year. And let me remind you that the team which will come last in the first division is going to be relegated to the second division next year. Vice versa, the second division teams are in with a chance to score their ticket to the first division in case of taking gold in the second. Well, once again, over to the highlights. The second place in this fine race for Mongolia. Well, certainly difficult to find any fault with the strong side. The miss on target number 12. You can't even call it a mistake, really. It didn't work out, but I think the group put in their best and performed 100%, certainly, in this race. Some fine obstacles were passed by the team. 2 penalty laps set them back the 2 minutes and probably cost them the victory in this race. And now over to Azerbaijan, the leaders in this race. Division 1, Heat 7. Well, certainly we'd like to express our gratitude to Azerbaijan. Just look how fine clockwork, all of the crew, like a well-oiled machine, doing their best, achieving this small victory. Only 2 teams featured. Certainly this was an endurance race for both teams, going neck to neck. And also the first and second crews of Azerbaijan lost to Mongolia. However, they could collect themselves, learn the hard lessons, and overtake Mongolia at the finish line. Once again, thank you to the tankers and thank you to the fans, all of you, offline and online audiences. YouTube, Звезда, the Star TV channel. Thank you all for joining us today for this thrilling adrenaline-fueled action. And this was your Tank Biathlon host, Nikolai Fedorov, and co-hosting for the English-speaking audiences, Dmitry Kulinsky. Take care of each other, love each other, and stay well. Your Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation, is always and forever with you. Thank you.